Oke, selamat siang, sore, malam bagi semua yang melihat video ini. Eh, saya Heru Danardatu dari tim Perekat KEKL Diaspora. Hari ini ditemani oleh Dina Ting, teman saya dulu waktu di Loyola sama-sama angkatan 89. Saat ini Dina posisi San Francisco ya, atau Bay Area lah kita bilang ya. Oke, oke.
Ya, saya di Bay
Nah,
Area.
oke, sip. So, just as a start, Dina, jadi dari lulus SMA sudah langsung ke Stanford, langsung sekolah di Amerika.
Langsung
Terus,
sekolah di Amerika,
oke,
tapi starting-nya at Purdue University.
terus,
Mhm. And then from Purdue, I went to Stanford after.
oke, that's good.
So right after.
Oke.
Yeah.
Dan sejak saat itu di Amerika terus ya, perjalanan sampai hari ini ya.
Yeah.
Oke, oke.
So
So, berdasarkan profil Dina di LinkedIn, jadi Dina sekarang adalah Head of Global Index Portfolio Management di Franklin Templeton. Can you tell us what Franklin Templeton is?
sure. Franklin
Hmm,
Templeton is an asset management firm. So we help individuals as well as institutional to get a certain financial outcome that they're looking for. So we
okay,
offer different strategies across different asset classes. So
okay,
equity, fixed income, alternatives that
okay,
includes real estate and private equity for any one. So from teachers to firefighters to individual investors to
okay,
different pension funds
okay,
to be able to realize their target goals from
okay,
an investment perspective. So
okay,
we can give different strategies based on the return
okay,
and risk profile that they're looking for.
okay,
For like individuals, we can help people save for retirement or paying
okay,
for colleges.
okay,
Um, so
okay. That's really good. That's
yeah,
cool.
asset
Okay,
manager is managing money for anyone, individuals or institutional, right? So they're
hmm.
asset managers. Investment banking is quite different. Investment banking is taking company public
Okay,
or
okay,
advising them on mergers and acquisition.
okay,
So we call investment banking kind of the sell side, and then the asset management side on the buy side.
okay. That's cool. Okay, just to break the ice, I know that we know each other for a long time, but just the first question that came out, if you have 10 minutes, what is the strangest or the most interesting thing that you do in that 10 minutes? Or maybe if you have experience before that, oh, I really enjoy this 10 minutes in my life, what will it be?
Well, considering that we're coming up from pandemic, I think that 10 minutes, I want to use it to like eat really good food. So
Okay, that's cool. Okay,
I'm
yeah, well, that's
somewhat
really
of a
cool.
foodie, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
able to kind of like set a reservation at some of the really good restaurants around
Okay.
here.
Any particular dishes? Any particular food?
Oh, I like all kinds of different stuff.
Okay.
But
Okay.
a lot of places around here they have those tasting menus. So
Okay.
you
Okay.
get usually like 7 course to
Okay.
maybe 14. So depending on the restaurant to be
Okay.
able to do
Okay.
that. So it's more than 10 minutes, but it's definitely more than 10 minutes. But it's something that considering that we've been in the pandemic for the longest time, it's been more than a year we
Okay.
were able to kind of sit
Okay.
down and
Okay.
enjoy like really good food.
So so coming back to your career as it is right now, is asset manager is your dream when you were in high school, or is it something that if you have your dream before, your cita-cita when you are in Loyola,
Mhm.
is it this is it or something else? Can you tell us
Oh,
about
well,
that?
yeah, sure. So, in fact, asset management is not a career that I actually know about it when I was in high
Okay,
school.
okay,
I think the challenge back then. Nowadays, information is more readily available, so you can learn about all the different like career. But even now, and in the past decade or so, that type of careers that existed 20 years ago may not exist now. And then there's
Okay.
always new
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of career that will pop up. It wasn't my dream. Part of it is because I did not know it existed,
Okay.
right? But if I knew it existed, then I would definitely like it.
Okay.
But I didn't know it existed before.
So
So
what was your dream before? What was your dream when you in Loyola when you are
uh,
yeah.
I think it's just doing something like running a business or something like
Ah,
that,
okay.
right? Because I
Okay.
grew up with a lot of entrepreneurs in the
Okay.
family. So you
Okay.
naturally
Okay.
know that you just kind of need to create a business.
Okay.
But what I'm doing right now is just managing money at a larger scale, right? So you
Okay.
don't actually have to involve with the actual operations, but you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
invest in like multiple different industry
Okay.
and sectors and different geographical location to
Okay.
without actually spending as much.
Okay.
It's kind of different. If I knew it existed, I think it will be like an eye opener. But even now, to explain what I do is always a challenge. I don't think even my parents exactly know exactly what I do. So
But what is that what you take as your major in Purdue or as a business major?
no. So I pick industrial engineering because it's a
Ah, okay.
combination of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
engineering and business. So you learn all the different engineering study from electrical to chemical to mechanical, all that, just a little
Yeah.
bit. I'm also on the computer
Yeah.
engineering side. And then you also learn the finance, the
Okay.
econ, and the
Okay.
business side of it.
Because
I think what,
I remember when we are in high school, you are really good in those STEM, your math,
yeah,
physics, and English. Of course, your English is one of the best that I remember at that time. So I thought, oh, it's engineering. Okay, that's good. That's good.
yeah, I think anybody who came out of Indonesia, they will have a very strong math
Yeah,
background.
yeah,
I think we did not realize that, but we were lucky. All our teachers are really good in preparing us for the futures,
yeah,
especially on the more the quantitative side, like math
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
sciences.
yeah, yeah. So if you, as you, looking back
Mhm.
looking back at yourself when you are in high school,
Yeah,
what will be your advice to you? What was that? It will
yeah.
be what 30 years ago? No. Yeah, 30 years ago.
You don't want to like name like the age here, Hera.
You meet Dina at that time, or you meet Dina that I met at that time. What will be your advice?
I actually have no regrets. So
Okay.
I don't have like a do over.
Okay.
But
Okay.
what I would say to my younger self is spend more time networking, right? Because as you grow and as you kind of progress on your career, that
Okay.
network matters a lot more.
Okay.
And that soft skills
Okay.
matters a lot more as well because you have to be able to influence and sometimes with authority, sometimes without authority, right? But
Yeah.
most of the
Okay.
time it's without authority because people outside of your own team that you need to
Mhm.
kind of influence in whatever
Okay.
you do, you need to get people to kind of believe in your vision and willing to work with you and
Mhm.
willing to help open doors and remove
Okay.
some barriers.
I think it's not a hard thing for you to network, I guess too, right? You're smart, you're beautiful, you are kind. So I guess in Loyola at that time, I think it's not an issue, right?
Well, I think no matter what, right, you have
Mm.
to prove your worth. I guess you have to earn your trust. It's not something
Okay.
that is given, right?
Okay. Okay.
And I think there's like a fine line between like good friends, people you hang out with, and then being able to kind of help you in business. It's just not that you're trying to make sure that you qualify or quantify each of your relationship,
Mhm,
because the
mhm.
people that you enjoy working with and the people that you're willing to have dinner with usually are the people that you can be good partners in business as
Okay.
well, right? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's kind of like hand in hand,
Yeah, yeah,
but at the
yeah.
same
Okay,
time, it's something that you have to earn, right? You have to basically give more at the beginning in order. You have to do it before you need it. I think that's
okay,
what most people say, right? When you
okay.
network before you actually need it.
Group of friends is at least at when we are 17, 18 is quite
Yeah,
a base already. When you and you
yeah.
practice yourself how to behave in a groups of people. Now, I understand that you're also a mom of a son, or you
Yes,
have
I have
okay,
one son.
okay.
He
So
he's a
you experience,
teenager.
yeah, okay, you experience the current generation sort of at home.
So the current generation is quite different than like our generation, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
are a lot more networked online than in
hmm,
the past.
yeah,
And they're used to like everything is like on demand. Like I
okay,
still remember when my son was very young, we were playing some music and he said, "Oh, can I?" And the time I was just playing the radio, right? Oh, can you like fast forward that or whatever, right? It's like, well, no, because this is a radio. I think that concept was really hard for him, right? Because
okay,
with
okay,
Spotify and all that, everything is like on demand and you can
yeah.
choose, you can fast forward, you can move on. Uh, that concept is quite different compared to what he's experienced right now. Everything is on demand. You don't need to go to a
Okay.
library. I still remember we had to go to a library to find some information, which took forever, right? And now
Go back to that. So now, what is your advice then for if you are standing in front of the current high schoolers back in Loyola
mhm,
to move forward and try to conquer the world.
for sure think big and be flexible. And what I meant by think big is that you never know what your limit is. So don't limit yourself unless you
Okay.
know what's really out there. Kind of like
Yeah.
when I came out of high school or even out of college, right? I didn't realize the type of career that's available. What I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing right now, I
Mm-hmm.
found out just going through like information sessions or like a
Yeah.
friend kind of pulling, hey, check out this one because otherwise I wouldn't know, right? You would
Mm-hmm.
only
Mm-hmm.
know things that you do know. So be open in that regards and be flexible because you
Mm-hmm.
just never know where that opportunity will come.
Okay.
And the world is changing. I think what's constant is the change,
Yeah.
but the rate
Correct.
of change is really fast in comparison to the past. So
Mm-hmm.
like certain things like data scientists and all that, those are the kind of career that didn't exist before,
Yeah.
but it's now existing, right? So just be flexible because what you learn in school could apply to multiple things. Like
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
background in engineering, what it teaches you is a problem solving skill and also analytical skill, which
Mm-hmm.
could
Mm-hmm.
apply to any situation, whether
Yeah.
it's business related, whether it's engineering related, or even climate related, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
many different intersection that you can apply to.
Any particular practical habit that you have when you were in high school that they can do practice daily in terms of getting into this fast running world nowadays?
So make sure that you always deliver more on your commitment, right? Because
Ah,
if you
okay.
said you will do something, deliver that. I mean, that's how you earn trust with people if people can rely on you. So if you
Is that
say,
including deliver more to yourself too if you want to
yeah,
grow? Okay,
I
okay,
mean, that some people always forget that what matters if you don't take care of yourself, there's no way you can take care of others, right? So
okay.
if you only focus on the outside and never care about yourself, then you will not be able to deliver your 100%. Make sure you take time. And also, I think some people think that the more meeting, the busier you are, the more productive you are, but that's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily true. Always set
Okay.
aside a time where you can kind of think. And that thinking time is really valuable because not only you're able to assess what you've been doing, but it
Mm-hmm.
also helps you, okay, what am I going to do now? Right?
Okay.
Because sometimes
Okay.
you're so caught up in the now that you're not thinking through about the direction of where you want to go. So
Okay.
sometimes you're so focused on your day to day that you just end up being doing the same thing and not
Mm-hmm.
thinking through, well, what can I be doing differently or
Yeah.
better or
Yeah.
more?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I guess all of us, nobody's perfect, right? We have successes, we have some failures, we have some uptime, we have some downtime. How do you handle your failures in life up to now?
Yeah, so I think you actually learn a lot more from your failure than your
Okay,
successes,
okay.
because sometimes when you have successes that people talk about, sometimes it
Mhm.
wasn't even the hardest thing that you have done, right?
Okay, okay,
I think with failure is just to look at it, right? What is it that caused you to kind of get there? And then how did you kind of go around to kind of learn from that?
mm,
And is that something that you can envision in the future? So before things happen, you kind of think through it. I think
okay,
everybody
okay.
probably has gone through this exercise, right? Before like the big meeting or
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
big project, you want to assess all the different scenarios because you want to kind of create a contingency plan.
Okay,
Because
okay.
nothing ever go exactly as planned, but the more you kind of think through all the scenarios, the more prepared you are, and
Mhm.
so the likelihood for you to be able to pivot and still deliver is higher if you are thinking through of all the different potential possibility where things can go wrong.
Do you have any favorite failures in your life that you think, oh, if I didn't get the failure, I'm not gonna be what I am or what I'm right now, for example. Do you have that?
I don't recall that I have like a favorite failures, but you do know. I think part of growing is to be self-aware, right?
Okay, okay,
And to be self-aware is knowing your strength and then your weaknesses. And so
okay,
most people used to follow the philosophy that you have to constantly work on your weaknesses and then you will get there. But I'm following a different philosophy where you actually want to focus on your strengths. Because if you're already good at
okay,
something, whatever effort you put in there, you will get a lot more from it than working on things that you're still working, trying to kind of improve. So
okay,
it's like play with your strength is
okay,
more like my philosophy than
okay.
trying to work on your weaknesses.
Oh wow, that's so cool. The story. Okay. So,
Yeah.
how about as a mom?
Uh-huh.
How do you feel as a mom? How do you think about you know doing those two things in life?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you have to kind of think it holistically, right?
Okay.
Every day you cannot all be like both, but most of the time over, let's say, a week or 2 weeks, then you want to balance it out. So what I'm
Oh,
trying to
okay.
focus is the quality of time, because
Hmm.
sometimes if you're so distracted, even though you're spending time with your child,
Hmm.
you're not there. So what I'm trying to do, if I'm like going to his sports event or going to, like when he was younger, field trips, then
Hmm.
I will actually take the time off to actually do that, so then I
Okay.
can
Okay.
focus during that time.
Yeah.
But it's changing, right? What you need to dedicate when someone is 2 years old is different when they were five, when they were
Yeah. Yeah.
12,
Yeah.
and when they were 17.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just have to find that right balances where it matters, right? And that
Yeah.
requires open conversation, because what you think is important may not be what your child thinks is important, right? So having
Yeah.
that open communication helps, and having your husband to be able to be your partner on
Yeah.
this, right? Because we're
Yeah.
lucky we only have one, so two against one, it still works. And we are more, maybe it's a more of a problem, but a lot of coordination, right? So,
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Now, I guess throughout let's say for the last 5 years, I think as
mhm,
a human being, sometimes you also say no to something, right? Both in the career side and or in the family side. Do you feel that for the last 5 years you say no more or no less?
I it's hard to quantify, but there
Okay.
are certain opportunity that I did say no because of where my son is kind of like, for example, if there's an opportunity for like amazing job opportunity, but it's not, let's say, in the same geographical area as I am,
Okay.
right? So some of that I have to say no.
Okay.
And there are a few other things, right? Being a board member for like a nonprofit, there's only like a handful that I could devote time. So sometimes you have to
Mhm.
say no. I think no matter
Okay.
what, resources is limited, right?
Yeah,
Time is
yeah,
limited,
yeah.
something that you can't go back. So you just
Okay,
have to pick the one that's more meaningful for
okay,
you and the one that you can do the most. Those are like the one that you pick.
okay.
Remember, I'm really focusing on not just being busy, but also have time to kind of think, right, and take care of myself. So, so, so most likely, it's probably more no than yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's the last question in my list. I guess the last part of this interview is: do you have any additional advice to Loyola student or even to KKL wherever they are to close the interview?
Yes, so I think just remember all the philosophy and values that you have as a KKL, right?
Mhm.
The values is really important and it
Okay,
shines through in your um, behavior, both like socially as well as in business.
okay.
And having that, like the reasonableness, right? They are always decent human being
Mhm,
who help out when needed,
mhm.
who deliver the best that they could, right? To be
Okay,
the best self. I think those are like three key things that if you just remember those things, it will bring
okay,
you
okay.
far into whatever that you are trying to do.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dina. I'm gonna just close this interview by saying that hopefully your story, your advice will give an inspirations to the kids back home